Good morning, everyone. It's me. So today, I'm doing another little kind of. This isn't the first look because I've actually played this game for like 2 months, before however long Elyon was actually out. But we're gonna look at Elyon today. I'm gonna kind of talk about why I stopped playing it, and do a little run through of you guys because I know apparently you guys like the little intro videos for these games. I actually haven't seen a lot of intro videos for Elyon, which is kind of funny because a lot of people play it. So we're not gonna cut out here because I want to show you why. So there you said the loading, Elyon loading. Wow, that was pretty fast, right? Man, holy shit. The game must be starting already. Oh man, we got the splash screen. Cool. This shouldn't take long, right? Well, there's the launcher. That's the launcher. And this is actually new. I didn't see this last time I was on. But I want to show you guys. So first of all, this shows you what kind of game Elyon is aiming for. So here's the first slide here, the Xmas meet and greet event. They have patch notes, they have the Ruby shop, which is a cash shop, they have patch notes again, and they have Ruby shop. So the entire launcher's purpose is to just advertise, hey, there's new stuff in the cash shop. Anyways, gonna hit play here, and now we're going to cut out, and I'm going to time out. I'll be right back. We'll let the game load, and we'll see you once we're in. Okay, so I paused that 2 to 3 minutes ago, and we are now loading into the game. We are now presented with another loading bar. So it takes about 3, and this is what I want to show you guys. It takes about 3 minutes just to get from the patcher to the launcher, to the actual in-game loading screen. So I want to wait. I want to show you guys how long this will take. I believe this will be faster because I just re-downloaded the game for this video. I believe it will be faster, not that much faster, on second or third launch, but we'll wait this out and I will show you guys how long this takes. We'll be back. Alright, and we have loaded in the game. That was another solid 3 minutes, so we're up to 6 minutes of loading time. Here we have Elyon Ascent Infinity Realm. So this is actually used to be the original name of the game, Ascent Infinity Realm. They slapped Elyon to the front because I guess to make it easier to advertise. I don't know whether to drop the Ascent Infinity Realm. You click start, you pick a server here. Does it matter? They're usually Ariandis is the fuller one. Doesn't mean you won't find people on the other server. It's also very loud, so that can be loud. Click on that. Wait, another loading screen. Just like with Soul Worker, there you go. With Soul Worker, we'll pull you in through character creator, and then we'll jump into one of my characters. So I have 2 characters. I have a Warlord, and I'm an Assassin. And then we will show you the character creator here. This game has a loading issue. So we have 6 classes to pick from here. 4 races, 2 genders. Now right off the bat, I will tell you there is no gender locked classing. You can do anything with any race, with any gender. And you have your general classes. Now these are all, except for the Mystic, these are all just varying versions of damage. Slayer, you have Warlord, who is your tank, but he does damage too. He just survives longer. And Mentalist is your mage. Mystic is your healer. Assassin is your stealthy, like, attempt to one-shot, which will never happen. And Gunner, who's your ranged DPS. Now, right off the bat, as someone who's played this game for like 2 months, I have 2 level 41 characters, the max level being 50. These classes are not balanced. The Gunner class is the worst class in this game. You will not aside from having the ranged damage, just play Elementalist. Gunner's cool, looks cool, but until you hit like level 45, until you hit like close to max level and you have all the good gear, you're not doing damage to anybody. Slayer is the best class of the game. All the top ranked characters are Slayers. It's literally just spin to win, as you can see over there in the combat preview. He is a brutal damage dealer. He has the second highest defense. He just wrecks your shit. He does not care. You don't even need a good build for this, and we'll explain builds in a while. So now you also have 4 races. You have human, you have elves. These are your, you know, you got the they went in between. They went for the like generally good looking, except for this guy. Elf with the they kind of mixed it all together. because they don't have different elves. They just mix all the elves together. They just want like, yeah, make you elf. They look generally better than the human males. You have the Ein, which, yeah, no genders on the Ein. You're an animal. And if you're wondering if this small statue gives you an advantage, it kind of does. A lot of the times it is hard to see an Ein, especially if they're playing a Slayer, who move very fast. It is very hard to see an Ein player sometimes. I've been killed by Ein players quite a bit. Mostly because I just didn't even notice them. The big-ass hulking orcs dudes, which you'll get to now. I mean, when you got guys like these on the battlefield, you're not looking at the tiny little bears. And, yeah. We also have, I also like to point out, like, no one plays orc or elf. It's all humans or Eins. It's very rare to see these two. You also have females. And, you'll notice a very distinct difference in the male and the female armor. I mean, here's the, human male Slayer and Warlord decked out in full plate armor, hard steel. You ain't penetrating that. Females, she's wearing a business suit. So, yeah, it's kind of one of those games. You saw my female character; she was a Warlord. She was barely covering any skin. So it's one of those games. It's one of those devs, and that's fine if you commit or make it consistent. This game doesn't, like, at all. The fact that she's supposed to be a tank, she's not even wearing metal. She has one metal gauntlet, and that's literally all the metal on her body. So it's kind of odd. Character creation is not super, different. It's actually very similar to The Sims. If you played The Sims, it's very similar to that. You have your presets here you can choose from. And you have your more specifics. You change your hairstyle, change the color. You can change the luster of the hair. You can change the inner hair color. You can change the actual, like, highlights. You can have, like, red hair, and then you turn up this, where is it? Hey, do it again. With, like, orange highlights. There's a way to do it. I don't remember how. There you go. So you want, like, red hair with blue highlights. Boom. You can have the dye potency. You can make it really bright. You can change the level of your highlights. So it's actually kind of interesting with hair. Very few games do this. You got a couple different hairstyles here. I believe they're all specific to the race and gender combination. Although don't quote me on that because I only play humans because I'm a racist. Males, obviously you have beards, short beards, long beards. You know, they do match your hair color, which is nice. Face and skin, you have different facial skin types. You have actual skin tone changing. You have pale as hell. Whatever this is, colored. It can be whatever you want. It can be green. Skin tone. You can actually change the actual tone of his color. You make some, honestly, a freak of nature. You can change the luster of your skin. You can change the roughness of your skin. It's pretty in-depth. You have eyes. You can change the eye reflection, the light source, the iris shape, the color, the brightness. Eye makeup, you know, you got brows, makeup, lashes. You have mouth types, mouth colors. And then you get to the body. So the body is actually very interesting. You have a general body size, which is your overall height and shortness. You have a head size, which is separate from that. So you can be like small head guy or a walking bobblehead, and you just make the size small. There you go. But there's actually a little bit more in depth. So if you hover over a body part, any one of these grayed out body parts, you can change it based on you can click it and then set the sliders. Or, unpin that. Or you can simply click it and drag left or right, up or down. So you can really make like a freak of nature here. And yes, this does work for the females. You got thigh changing, calf changing, and you can absolutely make, and yes, you can make their boobs bigger. But yeah, it's pretty in-depth. You have tattoos. Most of them are like, it's weird. Most are like full sleeve or full body tats, but you don't know, like, never see them. And you can change your voice. You can also try on different outfits. If you want to see different outfits, like you got a suit. Because I know when I go into a war for a fantasy realm, I wear a full-on blazer. Heavy armor. My guy looks like a freak. What did I do to him? Lighter armor, other heavy armor. Oh, you won't get any of these armor sets in the game, by the way. You won't get any of these. Posing. But it's a pretty in-depth character creator. I mean, obviously, if you can make, like, this dwarf-looking dude, you can do a lot. We're going to go back here. And we're going to jump into one of my characters. I'll show you guys. I'll talk a little bit about how the game works. I'll jump into my warlord here. So when you first boot up the game, this is a screen it didn't actually show me. When you first boot up the game, you're asked to choose between the Antari and the Vulpin. Elyon is a PvP game. Is there PvE content? Yes, and I'll show you in a minute. There's PvE content, so you can just play PvE all you want, if that's what you want. But Elyon is a PvP-focused game. They focus on the PvP. They want you to do the PvP. They want you to do the realm versus realm. They want you to join a clan and do the realm versus realm and get the high score so you can own that area and get a bunch of money. I'm drinking tea. But it is a PvP game first and foremost. They don't care. Like, yes, their bosses, like I said, I'll show you. Their dungeons, loot drops, which we'll talk about. Item leveling, which we'll talk about. But it is a PvP game. The whole point of the game, prior to when you start, so I didn't show you. When you do the tutorial, you start at level 1, you will be level 20 at the end of the tutorial. Once you have finished the tutorial with any one character, starting any other character, any other class, lets you jump ahead past the tutorial to level 20. And that's great if you want to jump right in, just go. Because obviously you play the game, you know the general controls. But it is a bit of an issue because it just bombards you with all the skills from 1 to 20. Because you do learn skills in the tutorial. I mean, you learn like half hotbar skills. So it is kind of confusing when you just jump ahead. I would recommend playing the tutorial for each class. Because they do different things. They have different functions. They even have different dodging styles. The assassin's dodge is a little dash. You can turn invisible. The warlord's dash is you just like hop forward. So disregarding the time we spent in the character creator, we have been loading for 10 minutes total. It takes a while to get into this game. You have higher odds of getting to Soul Worker. Soul Worker takes like a solid 5 minutes to load on the desktop, and then once you're in the game, server selection's fast, character creation's fast, because of how basic it is. And then selecting your character, loading to the game, very quick. This game takes a while. Which makes sense. I mean, it's a high-end game. If my laptop will probably explode in the middle of the video. But it is very long. It's a very long load. That's why I was always deterred from playing it sometimes, because do I want to wait 12 minutes to load a game? A PvP-focused game, and when I say PvP, I mean this is gonna be. I'll talk about it in a second because you won't see it. I can't show you, unfortunately, because the realm versus realm works. We will talk about it. There we have it. We're at 100. Please, there we go. So the game is a action MMO, so it uses your mouse as a camera to aim. This is your default zoom. Oh, they got the Christmas tree set up for the Christmas stuff. And I like to zoom in a bit. I like to have my MMOs relatively close to the character. So standard MMO controls, WSD moves, spaces jump. You have your hotbar down there. Tab is your class-specific skill. You can't upgrade or do anything with it. It's just like a class thing. As the warlord, you put down a shield. Gives everyone defense. That's about it. K opens your skills menu, and this uses the attribute system. So you have your base skill, and you get attribute points. And you can change the way your base skill works based on your attribute points. So for example, here, I have I hate the way the UI is set up here, sorry. You have Vampiric. I have it set to Vampiric. That means if I attack, I absorb 50% of damage. I can also, if I have more ability points, I can change it to Active, which summons lightning every now and then. Opportune, which increases the cooldown of your skills. And Hurled, which throws mini shockwaves for extra damage. And you have lots of skills. I mean, it also defaults them. So left click is your basic attack, right click is your block. Depending on the characters, your right click will be different. The assassin's right click is a separate attack that's just stronger. And you have all your skills here. The skill system is quite in depth. You have these, obviously you have these attributes. You have to unlock the last two. You also have, you can see down here, PvE and PvP percentage. This is the percentage of players using the skill on PvE or for PvP. And yes, it does track that. And they have these two skills that are like universal and no one uses, obviously. So like, for example, the damage absorb. PvE, 2% of players playing Warlord use damage absorb. 11% use it as PvP. That's it. So generally, you will find yourself, despite having all these skills, excuse me, you will generally find yourself using the skills that are designated what people use. And they are the best skills. I don't have War Spirit on this PvE character. PvE, you can kind of use whatever you want. It doesn't really matter. PvP, if you're not using the PvP skills, you will lose. And we'll talk about that in a second. At the side there, you have presets. You have recommended presets. You can actually, these are based on what people use. And they even tell you the amount of points you need to set that preset. You just click it right there and it'll auto set that preset. You also have your own default presets. You have 2. I set mine PvE and PvP. You also have required funds. You can get more. And it's in-game currency. You don't have to pay money for it. But you see at the right here, we have a world quest to start it up. These only start once you hit level 36, I believe. And, you hit here to participate. They need a certain amount of players. These are realm versus realm based world quests. So you will fight other players here. Although they usually won't be as powerful as they usually are. But anyways, I want to show you guys the combat. So double clicking any button will dash. Dashing uses up your stamina. Something very early on you learn in this game is it has a gliding system. You can't do it from jumping. However, if you hold control and jump, you will do this. And you have a glide, and you can even jump with the glide. Here's some NPCs. So the combat in this game is action MMO. It's not Terra level. Left click is your basic attack. You have a health bar there. Enemies have types. All that you need to know is that animal type enemies drop leather. You hit your skills. There's 1, 2 different skills. Some skills do special things like pull in enemies. Some skills increase your attack speed. All depends on the skill. And it does tell you on the skill sheet. But it's an action MMO, but it's not Terra or Raiders or Soul Worker where you're constantly dodging the PvE. The PvE is very basic. The standard enemies are very basic. Like I said, you hover over skill, tells you everything you know about it. It's a pull skill, so pulls in our targets. It gives you immunity while you're using it. You cause earthquake damage, so it increases damage when enemies are hit for that amount of time. Bullseye, you have higher accuracy for the skill, and then obviously it tells you your attributes at the bottom. It also tells you, at the top there, cooldown, cost, number of players that can hit total, 7. The usage is a non-targeting skill. It's a physical / ground strike skill. This thing actually attacked me while I was explaining. Get out of here. So next we have the inventory, I key, standard inventory, and it shows your displayed equipment here. So it's all one screen. There's a bit of an issue here, which is that the inventory actually covers parts of your gear, like the backpack here, and your gear score. However, you can see it at the bottom left here as well. And here you have a crafting bag. Once you unlock crafting, you get a crafting bag to hold your crafting materials in. It's automatic. You don't have to worry about it. But this is your inventory, basic. You have Runestones, I'll get to in a minute. Key items, which you never get, and the token exchange. This tab shows you all your currencies. You have your standard gold, your premium currency, and you have various types of currencies, which you just click on, and you can switch them for things. You get them in different ways. Loyalty, where is it? Is the biggest one. Where is it? Oh, sorry. Loyal wreaths, which you get for staying in the game. Loyalty, same thing. Get it for logging in. Less important, but I'll show you how you use that in a minute. So the game uses a standardized armor system. So like you don't have like human female armor or male armor. You just have armor. Heavy armor, light armor, cloth armor. Or sorry, magic armor for the mage users. And you have rune slots on these armors. And these rune slots dictate your build. Rune slots have levels from 1 to 6. I believe I only have level 1s and 3s in here. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4. You also have these special rune slots to give you special abilities, but you need to know that. The game will explain that. And the rune slots can only be equipped on specific types of rune slots. Your runes can only be equipped as rune slots. You click this, click any rune slot, and you'll open the Manage Runestone window. You can remove a slot. Well, yep, you just click and drag to remove them. Click and drag to increase them. These runes, these numbers here, give you the amount of attribute points for your skills. You see in the top right there, I can't move the mouse because it'll go off. It says rune attribute points and skill attribute points. So the higher runestones you have, the more skill points you have, the stronger skill point pages you can activate. And you're probably wondering, okay, well, why do I have 2 on this and 1 on this? Well, the amount of rune slots is dependent on your enhancing. They teach you enhancing pretty late into the game, about level 30-ish, 36. You go over to this person here. No, this person here. The enhancement artisan. Talk to him, hit enhance. You put in the equipment, say the helmet. And now we get to the enhanced system. This is part of the reason why I quit this game. This enhancement system is nuts. Okay? So, the amount of rune slots you have is based on your enhancement level. As you see here, rune slot added upon +8 enhancement. So if I get this helmet to +8, I get a rune slot. I will now have 3 rune slots on this helmet. Now, you have enhancement stones. You have armor and you have weapon. Notice that I have different types of enhancement stones. In fact, I will show you with my weapon here, my hammer. I have this big one and I have this little one. This little one increases, as it tells you, successful enhancement by 1. If it fails, it will remain the same. Now we have the unstable. There is one in between called refined. This increases it by 2. This one increases by 3. When the enhancement fails, it decreases by 1. Now, you cannot break your weapon, except for very specific weapons called breakthrough weapons, which are these guys. Now you see here which one was it? One of these slots, I believe it is the R key, is based on your equipment. You cannot use a full set of hotbar unless you have a breakthrough weapon in your secondary weapon slot. Now here's why it's called a breakthrough weapon. It gives you the extra ability slot, but the equipment will be destroyed if enhancement fails. So unlike standard equipment, enhancing a breakthrough weapon or armor will break it if it fails. That's it. There is no downgrading a breakthrough weapon. It will break. Now you're probably wondering what these are. These are enhancement slots. When you enhance an item, I'll switch to my weapon here. You have 3 and 3. You have multiple factors. First is the stone you use. If I use this stone and I succeed, it goes from +6 to +7. Now let's look at the odds here. A +6 weapon, and the odds stay the same regardless of the stone you use, except for this one. The gold stones should only ever be used with gold slots. I'll show you why. So this will increase it by 3 if it succeeds, and lower it by 1 if it fails. You have safe enhancement tools. You will get a couple, but they are very rare, and it takes a while to build them up. So, 49, these have a lower chance. That's why you only use them with golds. If I fail, it doesn't do anything, as based on the stone. If I succeed, I get +1. Once you use the refined or the unstable, you will always lower if you fail. Now, these slots dictate the number of times you can enhance your equipment. You have gold slots and normal slots. Gold slots give you higher odds. So what I would do, use lower tier on the first enhancement attempt, lower tier on the second enhancement, then use a gold guy like this guy on the golden enhancement slot, and then use the lower ones. Now the problem with this, you want to upgrade your equipment. The more you upgrade your equipment, the more slots you'll get, the higher enhancement you can achieve, the more rune slots you can add. So if you want to upgrade your equipment, we'll use our pants here. See, I failed this rune slot, so it's grayed out, but I still have +6. To upgrade a blue item to purple, it must be +6. To upgrade purple to gold, I believe it has to be +10 or +8. Sounds like very high. And the gold slots have a very high chance. It is not perfect, especially when using these guys. It's perfect when using anything other than these big guys. But this is partially why I quit the game. Let's say these pants. Let's say I failed both of these attempts and I didn't get a +6. I can't upgrade my pants now. So what you're probably asking, okay, well, how do you reset these slots? So you want to reset the slots, you talk to him again, reset equipment enhancement, you put in the armor. Oh, items can't have runestones. You have to take off your runestones. I'm not gonna play this game again because this game's awful, in my opinion. The systems. So you take off your rune slots of the equipment. Right click. You need a armor enhancement reset scroll. There's also a weapon one. These take very long to get. They are very difficult to get. So they will reset your rune slots. However, it lowers the stats, it lowers the enhancements, and you do not get the exact amount of enhancement slots as you had before. You can get more, but you can get less. So it is possible. This has 4 slots. It is possible for me to reset it and get 3 slots. I believe the minimum is 3. Sorry. You can also enhance Runestones. You right click them. You increase them with rune powder, which you'll just get like candy. Then you, in order to upgrade a runestone, you need 2 of the same level of runestone. So I upgrade this. I polish it, is what this is called. Polish. I switch to upgrade mode. I need a second level 1. You put in a second level 1. Level 2 runestone. And yes, it keeps going. So level 2s need another level 2. So to get a level 4, if I want to upgrade this level 4 to level 5, I need this level 4. However, starting at level 4, runestone enhancement can fail, and it will go down a level. And this is kind of what I'm talking about when I talk. This game is very predatory. These systems are completely busted. Now, you also have accessory slots. You can't get accessories until level, like, 38. Which is basically when the whole game... That's also when you can do realm versus realm. Accessories are similar. You have refinement slots, which require the exact same item to refine, which require you to run the same dungeon over and over again. And that's insane. And the rings can break if they fail in refinement. So you could just lose your ring. Now, you have these things at the top here. If you hit the M key, it brings up your world map. There is no fast... There is a fast travel. You have to use portals. Most people just walk everywhere. As you can see on the right here, you have all your available quests. You have world quests, which will you can feel the and you have the dungeon key. You can do your PvE dungeons right from this menu. You have 4 attempts. You can do those any times you want, but only 4 times a day will you get a reward. And these are your rewards here. So, you want to upgrade a weapon, right? Let's say those blue pants. If I want to upgrade them to purple, I need another set of blue pants to act as a base, as well as, we'll show you here. This is the upgrade artisan. Talk to him. Equipment upgrade. So you put in our equipment. You need 3 of these upgrade stones, which are crafted from each single stone is crafted from faint upgrade stone pieces, which you get from dismantling equipment of this type. So these are pants stones. So I have to dismantle 5 blue pants armor pieces to get 1 faint upgrade stone of these big guys. I need 3, and then I can get my pants to higher level. Now, in the dungeons, you're guaranteed at least a blue, aside from the first dungeon. Well, this dungeon you're not, actually. I just realized that. I thought you were. Starting at this dungeon, and I believe this dungeon at level 2? No? Well, you're more or less going to get the blues. If you don't get the blues, it really does suck and hate you. But you will get the blues. This dungeon's not that hard anyways. What's the proper level? So, you will need to dismantle 15 of these. Now, that's a lot for 3 dungeons. However, you also see you get these. Dungeon Conquest Badges. These are items you can use to buy dungeon items. I don't know if I have any on me to show you. I don't. No, I do not. So, I don't have any to show you, but that's how you use those items. You right-click them, and it brings you to a shop. You can just buy them. So you do get a decent amount, but I mean, it takes a long time, trust me. And you will be made fun of. This community of this game is very, very, very rude. They will attack you for not having good gear. And you just started the game. They'll just tell you you're garbage because you don't have good gear. It happens. So let's show you the next thing in PvE. You see these big things here? These are world bosses. And you have a recommended item level and an accuracy. Actually goes up with item level and level. Now let's go to one and I'll show you how this works. So you can sprint. I have a mount. It's a skateboard. You get one for free. Just get the gliding wings for free. I'm not going to bother using it because it's right over there. Gonna grab these seasonal things here. Sure. Thanks. Give me some free stuff. See what those are in a minute. Ranking season reward because I played in the last season for Realm versus Realm. So we have a Enhancement Stone box. You can stick with one. Open them. I got an Enhancement Stone. This increases by 2, lowers it by 1. They gave me a Rune Powder pouch. That's got a bunch of Rune Powder. And a box lets me pick a level 4 Runestone. So that's actually really good. They do give you some free things every now and then. But here's why I hate this game. Why I stopped playing this game. Because of how long it takes. This is Thenabel, one of the world bosses. In order to fight Thenabel, even though she's sitting right here, she's not awake. She's petrified. You require an item called Thenabel's Breath, and you use it on this stone. I have one called Chornigan's Breath. I could go fight Chornigan if I want to, but the drop rate of these drops from any item in the area. The drop rate is abysmal. Every single item in this game, as you saw me fighting there, I didn't acquire a single item that for whole explanation on the combat. And that's what I mean. The drop rates in this game are terrible. Now, you can increase them by using this item called a Laurel Wreath. You get them from the Laurel Wreath shop. Hit the token exchange, and they're right here. You can buy 2 every day. And we'll show you the login rewards here. You get... Where is it? Oh, hey, they changed it. Those are your loyalties. Oh, interesting. They changed it. You used to get those Laurel Wreaths every day here. Unless they get it some other way. What about the Laurel Wreaths? That's very weird. Anyways, these Blessed Laurel Wreaths, they increase your drop rate by 10 times. You'll almost always get monster items from armors. However, you'll almost never get items. Even leather that you can have cracked. We'll show you that in a minute. So now if you hover over an area here, see Iron Horror Pass, you click it. Gives you a recommended item level, accuracy, obtainable items. You get monster drops for selling. You can get Runestones. And it shows you the armor and the rarity. You will never get this. I have never acquired a Fierce Combat Zone shield. I don't know anyone who's ever acquired Fierce Combat Zone armor. Because the drop rates, even when using the 10 times increase, are absolutely abysmal. Leather, an item used for crafting. I killed over 100 enemies. I got about 10 pieces of leather. The drop rates in this game are absolutely abysmal. It's insane. And that's partially why I started playing this game. The drop rates in this game they're just so low. You just get nothing. It took me those 2 months. It took me one of those months to get this level of gear. I still don't even have full purple gear. I still get laughed at for not having full purple gear. I get laughed at for not having a belt, not having a necklace, earrings. This community is toxic. They just attack you. Especially for my runestone setup. Well, let's talk runestones. You hit the J key, you pull up your rune attribute points. Like I said, runestone level is akin to these attributes. These attributes have Assault, Control, Fate, Support, Protection, and Awakening. Awakening is your, trade-off. So every 3 points up until level 3, and then you get 12 to 21 to 33 to 48 to 88. You could select one of these passive buffs. And they're pretty basic at the start, so increase damage and healing, increase physical damage, increase magic damage, stuff like that. They're pretty basic. If you do not have this, where is it? You see this one that has PvP 100, just like everything it tells you, and PvP 99, This rune attribute gives you 9 in every other attribute. So you automatically get 2 rows here for having this. Now 33 is a lot. That's 6 level 3 runestones. 6! How many rune slots do I have? I keep hitting the wrong button. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11, 12. I have 12. That's half my rune slots. It goes to that. And then the rest of your rune slots would augment that 9. That's generally how this game plays. You don't actually have to do that. I've done testing. I don't have 33 Fate. And here's why. All these Fate, the first line is fine. It gives you XP or drop rate. It doesn't matter the drop rate. I would just take the XP. These are all built for dodge builds. And that's why I don't have it. Because once you have 33 Fate, you're running a dodge build. I'm a warlord. I don't dodge, man. I block. So I actually have just straight damage. I have these give me straight damage. I have these give me health, keep me alive. This gives you a little bit of damage and combat energy recovery, so you can keep fighting. These are very jack of all trades trade-offs. So increases the amount of damage you take from a crit, but decreases all damage altogether. Stuff like that. You will be attacked for your choice in runes. It is what it is. Doesn't matter. someone will attack you for having the wrong runes. This community is insane. The last thing I want to show you guys is the crafting system. I talked about the drop rates being abysmal. I will show you the ruby shop after. How do you get to the home again? I don't even remember. You can click escape to pull out this menu here if you can't remember what the buttons are. Life. Hold on here. Where did they move it? They moved it. Well, that pulls up the crafting menu. I'd like to go to my home, please. H brings up this thing called Mana Awakening. It's completely useless. No one ever actually pays attention to it. Don't worry about it. How do I get to... Oh! Marketplace, Runestone. Here it is. You hit the home key and you go to your My House. I didn't see this at the top left here. Goes to this animation. And it brings you to your My House. Now, your My House is only accessible at level 36. However, your My House is shared between all characters. So once you get a character to level 36, you can just bring them to the My House. And it will be the same My House. So you don't have to worry about like building 18 different houses like in, say, Soul Worker, where I believe you have the houses that are specific to the character, which is never a good idea because it just creates, you know, bloat, fluff. You don't need that. Sure, you can tie the house to your ID. Okay. Let me close my door in for someone comes home. We're at the My House. At the My House, you can upgrade your facilities, storage. You can decorate your interior of your house. You can decorate the exterior. And you can decorate the front yard with plants. Now, you also have these things here. These are little nodes for growing things. Orchards grow trees. Herb gardens to grow herbs. And mining deposits grow mining. And you just go over to click it. The difference with this and doing it in the world, doing it this way doesn't cost AP when you harvest it, but does cost AP to plant, and it's more controlled. But generally, you'll go out into the world and find the nodes anywhere. You have a storage. Storage is shared between all characters. And you have your crafting stations. You have weapon crafting, which no one ever uses because these weapons are not good. You have armor crafting, which is pretty much solely used for crafting better gliders. And you have herb crafting for crafting potions. And this is used a little bit for crafting buffs. So you'll notice when you click on something, it requires the herbs you gather. And you have two. This is a trade item, and you have a craftable item. And here your success. 50% chance to acquire a craftable item. Otherwise, you'll always acquire a trade item. And this is why this crafting system is completely idiotic. Let's say you have, I told you I farmed 100 creatures. And I got 10 pieces of leather. That's a 1 to 10 ratio. Of that 10% of chance for that 10 leather to be usable crafting material. You need the blue stuff, as you see here, to actually craft items. And that's where this game really just kind of drops the ball. Because of that 10 leather, I could just get none. I just get all these trade items. You know what you do with these trade items? You take them here. You go over here to this guy, and you either give them to him for money and housing tokens to buy furnitures, or you bring them over here, airship trade. You pick a goods. I don't have any, or you see them. You pick a trade goods like that. And then you pick an area. It's all like stock market stuff. Hit select, guild. You pick an area, usually the one that gives you the less odds of losing your goods. These are the odds of losing your goods. This is the amount of time it will take. This is the fee you pay to send the goods. And it will tell you this is the amount of sale price. This is the sale price you'll get after all the shipping stuff. It's so complicated. Very few people actually use it. It's just for getting money from your goods. And that's the problem with this game, is that everything that is usable has an extremely low rate to be acquired. Crafting ingredients, 15% for herbs, so 50% chance. Leather, 10%. This thing, same thing, the weapon stuff, the metal rods and the plywoods, 10%, 10%. And then you have your level, right? I'm at weapon crafting common grade 1. How much do you need to... How can I craft this? Well, in order to craft this, I have to be an expert grade 5. What am I now? I am common grade 1. These are only worth 1 XP. So imagine how long it takes to get there. Like, this is the way this game is set up. It's like they steamroll you through... They streamroll you through the whole game, and then they just... Everything is low. Everything takes time. Months of time to get what? crafting common grade 1 from beginner. I mean, that's insane. But let's look at the cash shop here and see what they offer in the cash shop. I actually haven't looked into this steadily. So you have your popular products at your home here. This is set up just like Black Desert, because obviously it's Cacao Games, the same people that made Black Desert. And you got your pets. You can buy them separately or get them in a package. 6,400 rubies, 1,000 rubies. You have a pet skill change item, various types of pets. So once you click on this, by the way, it will pull you to the area. We'll do a root box. General items, you have traveling aids. You have goods merchants if you want to move. Material bag, if you don't want to craft better material bags, you just buy a material bag. These let you customize your character. Inventory expansions, storage expansions. This is for resetting that H key thing I did. Characters, pet slots, luminous slots. Luminuses are basically passive buffs that just give you more skill attributes and as well as giving you skill attributes for a type, so you get more assault or whatever, as well as a couple of stats. It's activated the same way you hit the L key. I don't care. Show you in here. Hold on. You hit the L key, summon your Luminous. It gives you a buff. You can outperform Luminous battles. As you play the game, you acquire Luminous energy. You can spend that Luminous energy on these buffs, on these passive battles. So let's say you gotta go to work. You load up the game, set this or this, hit, click your buffs, hit Luminous battle, and for the next, I think it's up to 4 hours, you'll just battle. Drop rates for these items, abysmal. You will never get this box. You will never get a gold mana crystal. You'll never get a gold XP thing. Ask anyone, they don't own one. So, back to the cash shop there. You can buy pets. I believe pets. I actually don't know what pets do. I know they're providing buffs, and that's about it. They just provide buffs. I mean, the buffs are nice, but again, they're kind of world breaking. I mean, why do you have a detective corgi in your fantasy steampunk machinery game? Or a this is apparently a cat. I thought it was a Care Bear. Outfits. This is what you guys love, right? You have a Rudolph outfit, which doesn't look great. A penguin outfit. These are new. You have free-spirited messenger. I mean, look at that. So this is what I mean. Like, you gotta go the eye candy female route. Go hard, man. Like, just go right into it. Obviously, the female outfits are eye candy. You have your breast cups. You have your... they're almost all tights. The female armors are all eye candy. This is a very popular one for this reason right here. Butler's qualifications, which is funny because it's not a butler, but okay. You have lower packs because you can buy these like individually. You can buy a qualification set, full set. You get just the armor or the weapon, or if you want both. And then you have lower sets, that are just armor, singular outfits. Metamorphosis scroll. Metamorphosis is similar to glamour. You can take a piece of armor, make it look like another piece of armor. And those cost you decorative tokens. You can actually dye armor as well. This isn't the default color for this armor. Just requires decoration tokens. It's a very simple thing. It will teach you about it. Accessories. You have accessories. Cat heads, rabbit ears. You got head things. Glasses. It's a cool mirrored glasses. Backpack stuff. You can have walk around with acoustic guitar, motions. You can have different idols and movements. You can't see them because they won't tell you, but these do change the way you stand and move. I've seen this one. You just levitate in the air. It's great. But again, 100. So we'll look at the exchange there. Socials, dances. Can you check these? No. Different footprint walking trails, different glider effects, like you're in a battle royale, emojis, stickers. You have mounts, and this is where they get some real brain-breaking things. Rocket Cat. This is what I'm talking about, like, world-breaking. Like, this makes no sense in the world. This does. The game does have a machinery-based thing, but it's still kind of odd to see a straight-up motorcycle or a, hoverboard. You can buy glider wings. So if you don't want to, like I said, don't want to waste your time making glider wings, buy them. Mobile wingsuit. This is actually new. It could be a Gundam. It's actually, hey, they stole the Gundam, the Strike Freedom design. Robbers. You can filter them by land of wingsuit. And then you have your loyalty shop. This is your kind of like free shop. You get these things for your Luminous battle. These are necessary for Luminous battle. Get AP recovery potions, some Luminous slots. You can get a schoolgirl uniform. Hell yeah. I don't even know what this does. Oh, right. This increases your fishing. There's fishing in this game. It's useless. And you have an event stuff. Event reset scroll. This is your timed. It's also cost loads, so it's fine. So let's look at the exchange rates here. So this is kind of annoying. You have to get cacao cash to get the ruby boxes. So 1,000 ruby is 1,000 cacao cash. I don't remember. Oh, here you go. Yep, K coin. I just call it cacao cash. So I'll pull up the exchange rate. It's opens on Steam. So we needed 1,000 K coin for 1,000 rubies. That is $12.33 Canadian. So it's $10 for 1,000. 1,000 will get you, like I said, a pet, one pet, I believe. Where is it? One pet, just the pet. 1,000 will get you 2 luminuses, which you do have to fuse into each other to make them stronger. 1,000 will get you no clothing, so you can't look cool at all. Yeah, no clothing. Actually, I believe you will. No, wait, hold on. Nope, no clothing for you. Accessories, you get a couple accessories, but it's probably not going to look great if you don't have the matching clothing, so. So all in all, I mean, you're not getting much for your money. If I'm spending 10 bucks, I'm not getting at least clothing. I don't care. And that's kind of why I stopped playing this game. I mean, everything about the game is it just feels predatory. Oh, you want to be powerful in our game? Well, you have to grind for 2 months. And when I say that, I actually mean it. My item level is 342. I'm level 41. Let's do the level 41. Oh, you can't see from here. Alright, we're in the sky. What level are you guys? It doesn't tell you. But the level 41 enemies are above 342 item level. The item level ramps up so fast that it doesn't matter. Now let's talk a bit about the PvP. PvP in the game is completely unfair. It's gear-based. Pure gear-based. So you're going to get curb stomped all the time in PvP. You still get rewarded sometimes. And there are ways to gain points in the realm versus realm without killing players. But you're not getting anything great. You're just going to get made fun of constantly. People are going to use you as a free kill and get points. And that's it. It's crazy gear-based. And that's awful. If you're going to make it so heavily gear-based, and like I said, the classes are unbalanced. The Slayer class is broken. All the top players are Slayers. In fact, I think I can even show you with the ranking here. Where is it? You have a battle log. See people who killed you. Where is ranking? Here it is. I mean, yeah, look at this. I mean, you have Mystic, Slayer, Assassin, Slayer, Slayer, Slayer. Lots of Slayers. It's actually changed. Looks like people are getting better at the game, finally. But back when I started, I mean, this used to be... Oh, this is based on honor points, actually. Check Battlefield. Yeah, Slayer, 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 Slayer. And the best players are all in the Vulpin. Ontari players suck individually. We're only good together. Item level, dungeoning. These are all PvE, arena. Top player, Slayer. Right? Slayer is the best class once you understand how to use it. It is just the best, easiest class to learn. The PvP is busted. The game has abysmal drop rates. All in all, I mean, if you're looking for something to pass the time for another game to release, if you're waiting for something in another game, sure, pick up Elyon. It's free, you know. It's got the Luminous Battle for passive stuff. But all in all, I mean, abysmal drop rates. The Ontari are awful people, like every single one of them. Just all they do is make fun of people constantly and troll people. Constantly, you'll ask a question, what does this mean? They'll just, like, troll you. I don't know about the Vulpin. They seem pretty nice, actually. I've had conversations with the Vulpin, my own enemies. If you want to do PvP, you can do open world PvP. I have to leave to show you, and I don't want to because it takes a while. Give me a quick second. Let me go to the foothold. Give me a quick second, guys. And we're back. But like I was saying, it does also reset your camera when you do that. These are your PvP zones, these big red ones. This is the Vulpin area. You can absolutely go to the Vulpin. If you're in a Vulpin area, Vulpin players can select what's called Preemptive Strike, which will always give them a first strike on you. Usually that means you're dead. Unless they're lower level than you or have lower gear score. Because it is a purely level and gear score based area. So this area is level 42. 440 recommended item level. Minus 342. And that should be a general distinction. That should tell you how hard it is to level this in this game. It has an and this is why I stopped playing Elyon. It has an aggressive, random spike in difficulty. The drop rates for anything I jump by accident are absurdly low. player versus player is completely gear based. So unless you're gonna grind months to catch up with everybody else, you can't even start this game. The combat's okay. I mean, it's basically watered down Terra. It's Terra combined with Final Fantasy, where this is just your basic attack. Where you just spam your skills. The dungeons aren't hard. It's just all, like I said, the entire game is level gear based. So you just grind gear for months to do content, to grind better gear. If you want to catch up to some of the top players, I mean, good luck. I wish you luck. If you start Elyon, you like it, you want to keep playing it, good luck, man. I hope you get all the good drops. I'll get all good drops. I hope you get drops very quickly. But other than that, I mean, this is Elyon. I'd give it like a 6 out of 10, man. Maybe a 7. Because it looks cool. The story is not that great. It's pretty generic. Two warring factions are fighting over a sacred place, the Promised Land, so they can fulfill their goals. Other than that, I mean, generic story, decent looking graphics, female eye candy armor. You know, it is what it is. Lots of games do that, but at least Terra, you know, Soulworker commits to that. This game kind of goes halfway, where it's like, we don't know if we want to do eye candy or not. Other than that, I mean, yeah, it's Elyon. It's fun for the first while. The PvEs, I wouldn't do it until you're like seriously caught up, because you'll just get steamrolled. But anyways, guys, you guys know to stop by today. Hope you guys have a good rest of your day, and I'll see you guys next time, either on stream or another video. If you do another video game, you know any good MMOs or any games you want me to like talk about that I haven't played yet? I mean, let me know. I'll check them out. But anyways, see you guys later.